Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here. This is episode 74 of the American Reveille podcast, and we're going to try something new for episode 74. We're going to have a little bit of fun. You see, I think we need a break from the politics. I think we need a break from the craziness and the divisiveness in this country. Folks, we're going to have some fun. That's right. We're going to talk about a feel-good story. What's a feel-good story? A story that brings us joy inside, that makes us feel pride, that makes us think, man, this person did the right thing, or this situation, how it turned out was great. And it gives us a good feeling inside. It makes us feel like true Americans and patriots. And a story that I saw today that truly brought joy to my heart and put a smile on my face was this right here. Vietnam veteran. 82, ladies and gentlemen, an 82-year-old Vietnam veteran bludgeons a knife-wielding home intruder, 61, to death. To death, ladies and gentlemen, with the butt of his shotgun after the suspect attacked his wife. Ladies and gentlemen, a true American hero and somebody we will be talking about next. Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here, episode 74 of the American Reveille podcast. And as you can see by my shirts, I am straight out of you-know-what's tonight, folks. We have found it. Yes, we found the feel-good story of the week, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about it in the introduction, and it's going to be great. This dude, this 82-year-old man, he's a Vietnam vet. He's sitting at home doing his thing. An intruder comes in, some stuff goes down, and bam, he goes right back into training and just boom, just bludgeons, just beats in the head of this home invader, just takes him out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an 82-year-old man. I don't think I could find many 18-year-old men these days that would have the balls to defend their wife with such honor and such courage. 82-year-old man, come on, he's not dumb. You think he doesn't know he was taking a risk? All he knew was his wife was in danger. This man had a knife. This man cut his wife's face. And, hoo-ah, ladies and gentlemen, hoo-ah, this man went right back into it, literally using the butt of his shotgun to take this man down. It's a great story. It's a fun read. We're going to read it. We're going to go through it a little bit. Like I said in my last few episodes, my main monitor is dead. I have another one coming Friday, so I should have it within the next, 15 hours or so. So because of that stupid monitor dying right over here, I'm not looking at the camera and glancing at the monitor, which is how I like to do this. No, I have to actually look over here. I got a monitor up there. I got a monitor over there, and I'm supposed to have a monitor right here, right under the box that you can see is a monitor. It's just a big black monitor now. So, oh man, some lefties are going to have fun with that, right? They're going to say, it's just a big black monitor. He's profiling his monitor. He's looking at the monitor and not this black monitor because it's not working and it's black. Oh my God, he said not working and black in the same sentence. He must be a racist, even though that has no context to what he's talking about whatsoever. You know how the left operates. They're going to say that, because the other two monitors aren't dead, but my one monitor is dead and now it's black, there isn't proper equity here. Because the other monitors didn't end up at the same place as this one. So if I was following critical race theory and being a good lefty, I'd take a hammer and smash my other two monitors so that we had a system of equality. But because I want to get you information and I want to talk to you, have a good time, have a conversation with you guys, that actually makes me a racist, according to the left. You know how they roll. They're out of their damn minds. They're out of their damn minds. So all of the nonsense that I just sprouted out of my mouth, all that nonsense that spouted out like a fountain, the blah, blah, blah that just exited my cranium, as ridiculous as it was, there's some lefty somewhere going, he has a good point. He is a damn right. I always have a good point. I don't know if you know that by now. Listen to me. All right. Listen, if you are watching this on Odyssey, all right, I do post this on Parler at the James Lane on Parler. I post a lot on Parler. You'll see this video there, and it'll take you to a website called Odyssey. All right. This website, Odyssey, it's going to look like this. It might look a little different, actually. It might look like this. They have different views. I believe it's going to replace YouTube eventually, at least for the right. It's a great site. I'm enjoying it so far, but I only have 62 followers on here, guys. I need you to do me a favor. If you watch on this, if this is the link I send you and you go and watch this video here, please hit this button to follow me. Right up here in the upper right, the follow button, hit that notification bell. I really need you to do that for me there. I need your help, guys. We need to grow communities in a diverse area across the internet. All right. We are working for you. We are patriots. We are together, ladies and gentlemen. And if Parler goes down again and YouTube keeps banning people, God knows I'm shadow banned. How are you going to get your information? So please do me a favor. They use blockchain technology. It's a very good site. ODYSEE.com. Sign up, please. Follow me, hit the notification bell there. All right, guys. With that being said, just giving you those 4 warnings into a couple little plugs there. All right. That's why if you're watching and you're like, this guy's weird, he's not making complete eye contact. He keeps stretching his neck and staring over in this direction. Again, it's because my monitor's broken. Give it a day or two. I'll have a new monitor up there. It'll be good as new. It'll be good as new. All right. Patience. Just a little patience. That's my Guns N' Roses trust me, that's not my. If I was actually trying to do a Guns N' Roses impression, it would be awesome. Okay? No BS. I'm actually a really good singer. All right? I really am. All right. If you haven't seen my Grinch Stole Christmas episode, go watch it. Seriously. It was pretty funny. Look, just go back to around Christmas. What was it? Well, I mean, we have the page up, right? I'll show you how good Odyssey works. You can scroll down. Look at that. That's all of my videos. I have 100+ videos on here. Boom. Chicom Mitch, the Grinch parody. All right. That's from December. Right down there. You see a good look of that turtlenecked MFer right there. All right, guys. We're getting off topic. Let's get back on topic, all right? I really appreciate you helping me out, supporting me, following me there, following me on Parler at the James Lane. But now, guys, now we got to get into the meat of this story. Let's have a little fun. Let's talk about it. Let's get it all together, and then let's bring it the hell home. Vietnam veteran, 82 bludgeons. He bludgeons a knife-wielding home intruder, 61 to death, with the butt of his shotgun after the suspect attacked his wife. Herbert Parrish, 82, and Lois Parrish, 79, were both injured when Harold Runnels Jr., 61, forced his way into their South Carolina home. Lois said the man knocked on the door, pretending to be looking for his dog, and then pulled out a large knife and began attacking them. Lois suffered injury to her index finger and was slashed on the face and the forehead. Her husband, a Vietnam War veteran, grabbed the shotgun off his wall and proceeded to strike Runnels in the head. I bet this 82-year-old dude's like doing pull-ups in the basement, like just like Rambo, like, war's around the corner. They're going to call me. Police found the suspect covered in blood and unconscious, and he died hours later at the hospital. Good. He deserves it. That makes me feel really good inside. That makes me feel like it makes me feel like America, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what it makes me feel like. It makes me feel like freedom. It makes me feel like America. It makes me feel good to know that someone can still beat somebody to death for doing something effed up to their wife. All right? In this case, breaking into the house and slashing his wife in the face. 82-year-old man beats this man to death. All right? This man, he's 82. He's on death's door. And yet still has the intestinal and testicular fortitude, along with the forearm strength, the hand, the grip strength, and the bicep strength to just, just beat somebody to death. Listen, just because I got a little extra excited there doesn't mean I want to beat anybody to death. Not at all. All I'm saying is that I'm excited about this. This makes me happy. This feels good. This turns me on in the right direction, folks. I don't know about you. That's why I wanted to talk about the story. It makes me feel good inside to know. All right? Man, don't screw with them veterans. Don't screw with my brothers and sisters. This is from the Associated Press and Snejana Farbarov. All right. This is from the Daily Mail. We're going Timcast style. I'm actually giving you one. I think I haven't done a story from the Daily Mail in probably like 7 or 8 months. I do not use them very often, but this was a good one. I looked at a bunch of the different news sites out there, from Fox to Gateway Pundit to all the different ones. And this website, Daily Mail, one that I don't usually use, it actually had the most detailed story about this family and what this man did. So an 82-year-old Vietnam War veteran from South Carolina has been hailed a hero for protecting his wife from a knife-wielding home intruder by bludgeoning him to death with the butt of his shotgun. Herbert Parrish and his wife, 79-year-old Lois Parrish, told the Aiken County Sheriff's Office that a man from a neighboring mobile home park knocked on the back door of their home on Dick Street in Jackson, South Carolina, on Monday afternoon under the pretense of looking for his lost chihuahua. I can't say anything. I have 2 chihuahuas. Don't judge me. They're both wearing onesies right now. Lois said she told the man, later identified as 61-year-old Harold Runnels Jr., that she did not see his pet and went to close the door, at which point the suspect forced his way inside. All right, one thing I've learned from watching a bazillion documentaries, reading a million news stories, and watching a ton of horror movies in my life, don't open the door. It seems that the people who don't open the door, right, it seems those people, they don't get murdered or robbed or attacked usually, right? Just don't open the door. But I don't know if they had a peephole, right? I would say it's easy to install a peephole. I don't want to lecture her either, right? Nice little old lady opening the back door to help somebody with their pet chihuahua. This stuff happens. But, if you are suspecting somebody, if you do see a creeper in your neighborhood, not really wise. Don't open the back door. All right, guys, don't open the back door. Look at this stunning gentleman right here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, all right, or Spotify or Audible or iHeartRadio or any of the other places out there, what is the other one? TuneIn, Alexa, all that. I'm all over the place. Look me up, American Reveille, all right? Don't say the. Leave the out of it. It's American Reveille Podcast. Company name, American Reveille LLC. There's no the in it. I like to say the American Reveille Movement. I like to say the American Reveille Podcast. It sounds good with the. All right, but on business paperwork, it looks like crap. So don't sue me. Type in American Reveille Podcast, Reveille, and you will find it. But if you're listening, I'm going to describe this tall, slender, handsome gentleman with a nice gray mustache, a dapper set of glasses, and a grin from ear to ear, 82-year-old Herbert Parrish in his dress uniform. It's been a while since I've been in, but that looks like maybe he's a sergeant major? Don't judge me. I was in the Navy, okay? Those aren't naval rankings. Those are Army rankings. But that looks like it's got to be, E7, E8? E9? It's not E9. I don't think it's E9. I think that's like an E8 or an E7. Somebody who was in the Army, let me know what rank Herbert Parrish is, what you see on his right arm there. But he's got his ribbons there. He's there with his wife, Lois, looking sharp, looking good, looking just like a handsome Army man should, ladies and gentlemen. Great picture. That's their home. Their, it looks like not a mobile home. Right. But it's, one of those, I wouldn't even say manufactured home, but maybe mass produced. It's a nice little home. The couple were at their home in Jackson, South Carolina on Monday. According to a police report, Runnels pulled out a large knife and used its handle to beat the husband and wife. This man's beating them. 80 years old, 82-year-old man there. 79-year-old woman. Right? Nice looking lady there. Looks like grandma and grandpa. They are somebody's grandma and grandpa. Probably a couple people's grandma and grandpa. He caused Lois to fall and injure her left index finger. He then allegedly used the blade of the knife. He slashed her face. He slashed her in the forehead. I felt we're gone. Herbert, proudly wearing his U.S. Army baseball cap, later told Fox 57 he's going to kill us and he's going to take what he could take. This man in his moments of desperation, in his moments looking at his wife, this man slashing Herbert's wife's face. Herbert looking up at this point, he said it, I felt we're gone, knowing this is it, knowing that they're dead, they're done, there's nothing he could do, nothing else to lose, nothing at all, convinced that Runnels would kill them both. The decorated war veteran grabbed a shotgun that was hanging on the wall and proceeded to strike the attacker, strike the attacker. Sorry, it's fun to do that. With the butt of the firearm. This is Herbert's words. I started hitting him in the head with the barrel, and I know I must have hit him at least 10 times right in the face, as hard as I could hit him. That's how you do it, Harold. That is how you do it. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. The couple pictured at home. You see pictures here of Harold and his wife both sitting in their armchairs. They have this cute little doggy right here. What is that? It's like a Shih Tzu or a Lhasa Apso or whatever. U.S. Army retired hat. Again, sharp-looking gentleman, plaid shirt. Cute couple. Could be anybody's grandma and grandpa right here. Picture on the right. You see his wife's face. Look at that. There's a big slash right here. All right. From if you were to touch the side of your nose, if you're listening, all right, I want to make this interactive. You just touch your right nostril and then just move your hand halfway between your, nostril and your ear outside of your eye, and then just trace your finger up until you reach your hairline. It's like a slash, like Scar from The Lion King, just to the right or to the left, in her case, of the eyeball. This is no joke. This man was going to kill them. He's already in their home cutting a poor, helpless, elderly woman's face. Terrible. Now, there's a picture of this blue tarp, and this is the most chilling, not even chilling, I would just say stone cold badass thing. It's just stone cold, guys. Listen, I'm going to read the rest of this story, all right, and then I'll tell you about the blue tarp. When deputies arrived at the home, they found Runnels on the floor, covered in blood and unresponsive. The 61-year-old man was taken to Augusta University Medical Center, where he died of his injuries that night. His body will be sent for autopsy and toxicology testing, and I bet they'll find some stuff there. Both Lois and Herbert Parrish were injured in the attack, but were expected to fully recover. The couple told deputies Runnels had lived in a mobile home park a couple blocks away from their home, and they'd seen him walking in their neighborhood a few times, but they didn't know him. Sitting in their living room with blue tarp covering their blood-stained floor. The Parrishes told Fox 57 they believed Runnels barged into their home, planning to rob them. Here's what I find funny about this. the statement of that blue tarp, right? It's a symbol. Most of these youngins today, and I don't mean that, like if you're young and you listen to this show, I'm not talking to you. I'm pretty much just referring to anybody at all on the left that's under old. How about that? They're not as old, but they're on the left. All right. But how about emotionally immature or emotionally unsecure people? They wouldn't even stay in the house after this happened. This man just beat a man to death in his own home and said, well, shit, I'm not going nowhere. That's my chair. That's my good chair. And his wife's like, Herbert. I'm just guessing that's how she talks. All right. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun, but I'm trying to be funny. All right. I want to entertain you. So, Herbert, the floor looks like shit. There's blood on the floor. You're going to get it out. You're going to track your mud in on your shoes. It's going to mix with the blood. He's like, damn it. I'll put a tarp down on that shit. And he did. And there he is, sitting on his recliner with a tarp on the floor. Good to go. I wonder if they'll just leave the tarp there. Who cares? All I care about is the fact that a man beat another man to death for breaking into their home, hurting the man's wife. They were not charged. Nobody is planning on charging them, and they are being hailed as heroes. And we here at the American Reveille hail them as heroes. I say that is a horrible situation for anyone to be in, a scary situation for anyone to be in. And yet Herbert handled it like a boss. These are some tough as stone folks, and they should be an example to our young people today about the responsibility and the importance of marriage, the vows you take to protect each other, to care about each other, from death to death to do us. Oh my God, what is it? Till death do us part. There we go. I probably even said that wrong. Whatever. You can let me know in the comments below. Listen, it's a scary reality where in many states, even my own state, I fear that if I were to shoot a man or beat a man in my house, he would have to be in the act of actively raping my wife. And I would have to tell him, hold on, I got to take a picture first. Wait, can I film 5 minutes of it before I shoot you so that my family doesn't go to prison for violating your rights because you broke into my house and got a boo-boo? What the hell's happened to this country, ladies and gentlemen? We got to get past all that crap. 110%. The left isn't going to stop attacking our Second Amendment rights. The left isn't going to stop attacking our rights to defend our homes and our properties. That doesn't mean we can't push back against that stupid ideology. That doesn't mean we can't gain political support. Doesn't mean we can't gain the support of law enforcement and influence this country back in the right direction, folks. Plain and simple. All right. So, Herbert, my hat's off to you. Seriously. Thank you for being a true American, a true patriot, and for defending your wife, defending your family from a burglar, a vagrant, a piece of trash. I don't care that he's dead. All right. What's the saying? What's the phrase? What's that thing? How's it go? What is it that the left hates to hear? Oh, yeah. You're really going to love me for this one. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Good riddance to bad rubbish, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you watching this one. I know it's a little shorter. I've been putting out hour pluses lately, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope that you can embody Herbert as your spirit animal, as I am doing, as I've been doing through the whole episode. Do me a favor, guys. Parler's back. All right. Parler's back. Look, there's me. I'm back right there on Parler. There I am. Boom. at the James Lane. Follow me on Parler, guys. Follow me on Parler and hit that notification bell. Please, 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 please. All right, guys. Same thing with Odyssey. All right, listen. On Parler, I'm at the James Lane, right? Everywhere else, I'm American _Reveille. All right. American _Reveille. Everywhere else. Odyssey.com, American _Reveille. That's how you find me. Rumble.com, American _Reveille. I know it says the American Reveille. Don't pay attention. I'll fix it. I'll change it. Don't worry. But you get there by searching for American _Reveille. Instagram. I'm on Instagram too. Who the hell is? Oh, it's Tim Ferriss doing something. I don't care. Listen, American _Reveille. Boom. Right there. Look at that. That's my dog. Boom. That is my Instagram. And of course, guys, www.americanreveille.com is the website. We're still working on getting the new website up. Sign up to the newsletter. Get yourself almost daily, kind of daily. I noticed about 3 times a week getting notifications from me is where everybody's happy. And then if you really want to help, if you really want to put a little bit of investment behind your support, do me a favor, head over to AmericanReveille.com, hit the Support Us tab, and press the Support Us button. You can donate any amount you'd like. You can do it in Bitcoin. You could do it on PayPal with cash. We really appreciate it. It all gets invested right back into the company, and we use it to expand so that we can reach more patriots and arm them with the information they need to empower themselves and wake more people up. Folks, I really appreciate you taking the time out to watch, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.